no one expected what happened that night. Cameras were flashing, reporters were shouting, and the atmosphere was filled with energy. But when Jungkook turned his head and reacted in that exact moment, time seemed to stop. His expression, subtle yet powerful, sent shockwaves through the crowd. Within minutes, the internet exploded. Hashtags trended worldwide, and fans began to question, what did that look really mean? It all began at a high-profile event, lights, cameras, and the entire world watching. Jungkook, as always, carried his calm confidence. But behind that calm exterior, something deeper was brewing, something the fans were about to witness for the very first time. As the cameras panned across the room, Taehyung appeared. The crowd cheered wildly, but Jungkook's reaction was different. His expression changed in a split second, revealing something raw and unguarded. That one look, captured perfectly on camera, became the moment everyone would talk about. Within minutes, clips began circulating across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. The phrase "Jungkook's reaction" became a global trend. Edits flooded the timeline, reactions poured in from every corner of the fandom, and soon, even people outside the BTS community were talking about it. Armies are known for their detective skills, and this time, they went all in. Some said Jungkook's expression showed heartbreak, others claimed it was admiration, and a few even believed it hinted at something only the members understood. Each theory seemed crazier than the last, yet strangely possible. When you look closely, it wasn't just a reaction, it was emotion in its purest form. The softness in his eyes, the way his smile faltered for a second, fans could feel something real. It wasn't performance, it was personal. Soon, entertainment outlets started covering the story. Headlines like "Jungkook's viral reaction breaks the internet" and "What was Jungkook really thinking?" filled social media feeds. Reporters dissected every frame, trying to uncover the story behind that silent moment. This moment reminded everyone why Jungkook is different. He doesn't need words, statements, or drama, just one authentic reaction, and the world feels it. That's what makes him one of the most impactful idols of this generation. Meanwhile, fans noticed Taehyung's subtle response too. He smiled, but not his usual confident smile. It was softer, almost reflective. For longtime fans, this was more than just an event, it felt like a quiet exchange between two souls who've shared years of memories. Comment sections overflowed with emotion. "Why does this make me want to cry?" one fan wrote. "There's something unspoken between them," another added. Every fan saw something different, but they all agreed, this was one of Jungkook's most unforgettable moments. Days passed, but the clip never stopped trending. It became a symbol of authenticity, a reminder that even global stars can't hide real emotions. Jungkook's reaction didn't just break the internet, it broke the barrier between performance and truth. Even without saying a single word, Jungkook told a story. The silence after that reaction became louder than any interview or speech. Fans replayed that short clip again and again, each time noticing something new in his expression, something deeper in his eyes. As theories grew, debates began. Some fans insisted Jungkook's reaction was a message, a quiet nod to a memory from the past. Others said it was pure coincidence. But when old clips began resurfacing showing similar looks, the mystery only deepened. Usually, viral moments fade within a day, but this one didn't. Every platform, from TikTok edits to long-form YouTube breakdowns, kept bringing the moment back. It became an emotion the internet couldn't move on from. Fan editors started breaking down the clip frame by frame. The way Jungkook's eyes flickered, the subtle breath he took, all of it became symbols. Even professional body language experts began weighing in, calling it one of the most genuine emotional reactions ever caught on camera. For longtime ARMYs, it felt like déjà vu. The moment reminded them of the early BTS days, when Jungkook was just a shy teenager looking up to his Hyungs. That look he gave Taehyung carried years of shared history, growth, laughter, and maybe even quiet pain. When Jungkook finally went live days later, fans flooded the chat with questions. He didn't mention the moment directly, but when asked how he felt during the event, he simply smiled and said, "Some things don't need to be explained." That one line sent chills through the fandom. Meanwhile, Taehyung posted a single photo, no caption, just a quiet image of city lights at night. Fans couldn't help but connect it to Jungkook's livestream. It was as if both were speaking a silent language only they understood. Theories reignited instantly. Every small gesture, every emoji, every Instagram story, became part of a larger puzzle. The fandom was alive again, dissecting, connecting, and feeling every heartbeat of this silent exchange. Being in the spotlight means every emotion is amplified. Jungkook's simple reaction reminded everyone that idols aren't emotionless figures, they're human. It became a discussion about vulnerability, authenticity, and how rare it is to see that in today's industry. International media picked it up. Jungkook's reaction goes viral, again, headlines read. Entertainment anchors debated it on live TV. What started as a fleeting expression had now become a worldwide emotional phenomenon. Millions of fans shared how the moment touched them personally. For many, it wasn't about theories, it was about connection. That reaction reminded them of the beauty of genuine emotion, even in a world built on perfection. A few staff members later revealed how quiet the room felt after that moment. Even people working backstage noticed Jungkook's energy shift. They described it as heavy, but sincere. It wasn't staged. It was real. Shortly after, Jungkook released a soft live performance, and fans couldn't ignore how emotional his tone sounded. Every lyric, every pause, seemed to echo what happened that night. It wasn't just singing, it was storytelling through sound. When Taehyung was later asked about the event, he smiled faintly and said, "Moments like that remind you of how far we've come." He didn't name Jungkook directly, but everyone knew who he was referring to. The crowd went silent. It was confirmation enough. Weeks passed, but the emotional wave didn't fade. Instead of chaos, the fandom began embracing it as a reminder of BTS's bond, something too deep to be explained by words or headlines. Clips from past concerts, behind-the-scenes videos, and interviews resurfaced, moments where Jungkook and Taehyung exchanged quiet looks, inside jokes, or emotional gestures. Fans started piecing together a timeline of unspoken understanding. By now, people realized, it wasn't about drama or hidden stories. It was about growth, maturity, and the emotional honesty that comes from years of shared experience. Jungkook's reaction was simply human, because it wasn't just a viral clip, it was a mirror. Everyone saw a part of themselves in that expression: surprise, nostalgia, sadness, hope. It became universal. That's why the world couldn't stop watching. A world full of filters and staged perfection, one genuine reaction from Jungkook reminded everyone what authenticity looks like. It wasn't planned. It wasn't polished. It was real, and that's what made it legendary. Months later, people still talk about it. The clip still trends. And even though Jungkook has moved forward, that moment remains etched in fans' hearts, a reminder that sometimes, the most powerful things aren't shouted, they're felt. That single reaction didn't just make headlines, it became a symbol of a generation. For years, fans had watched Jungkook grow from a shy trainee into a global icon, but in that instant, they saw not Jungkook the idol, but Jungkook the person. It reminded everyone that even under the blinding lights of fame, real emotion still exists. The moment began to inspire others too. Fan artists created paintings, songs, and short films based on Jungkook's expression. Some said it helped them face their own emotions, heartbreak, nostalgia, and the struggle of growing up. It was more than a viral clip now, it had become a feeling, a shared experience that united millions across the world. After the media storm settled, something beautiful happened. Instead of chasing more headlines, fans began appreciating the silence. They understood that not every emotion needs to be explained. Jungkook didn't owe anyone an answer, his silence was the answer, and in that silence, fans found peace.